Good morning, cyber traders. Happy Monday, everybody. Let me get a little hello. Good morning. Good morning to you, Cliff. Good to see you, Ken. Mark Miles, good to see you. James Rosenow, good to see you. Ken, George, Steve, Phil, Donna, Lee, Fran. Look at all you traders already bright and early. Hopefully everyone had a great weekend. Mine was kind of rainy here in New York. I know it was like rainy across the United States. I don't know if anyone from all over I know we have other people from other parts of the country are like, I was fine where I am. But what a great day to wake up. You know what's so nice about trading? You wake up, you finished on Friday. I literally did not think twice about the stock market at all. Nothing, not a single thing. I had the clear head, didn't have to worry about it. Obviously checking on my IRAs and stuff like that and just making sure, looking long term. Other than that, it's just great to be a trader. You wake up, you got a clear head, don't worry about trying to play catch up and stuff like that. It's just awesome. So anyway, guys, let's get right into it and let's talk about what's moving. A couple of things are making some good moves today. Obviously, some of us already done already regarding about that NXTD trade. What an awesome trade, huh? This is what we train for. It's so awesome. So we'll talk a little bit about that. But before we do that, we have a lot of new members that are joining us starting on Monday. Welcome all you new traders that are here. And just want to tell you guys, just the 3 L's: look, listen, and learn, okay? Try not to just follow the lead of the students, see how we trade, see how we work together, because remember, this is not for everybody. So make sure this is something that you think you're capable of doing, which I know you can. Listen, if I have an 80-year-old grandma in here who can do it, I think anyone could do it, and she's doing great. All right, so I always tell everybody that, which is great. So anyway, getting back into trading, there were a couple of good things. I had some good moves. Let's talk about what happened on Friday. I want to do a couple of shout outs because we had a good day on Friday, and then we'll go through some stocks we're watching this morning. First of all, let's bring up some of the stocks. We had a bunch of winners on Friday. So first of all, let's start with the biggest one, MOMO. Okay, so MOMO, you could see that stock went in the pre-market, went from 32, and right up about 11 o'clock, we were pretty much done. It went to almost 35.50 right out of the gate. Had a couple of shakes here and there. Just awesome right there. A couple of big winners out there. Let's do a couple of shout outs really quick. First of all, Phil made 30 cents on that trade. Good going, Phil. Congrats. James D made 24 cents. Robert made 20 cents. Robert N. Charlie R made 24 cents in the afternoon. Good for you guys, man. Give you guys a round of applause. And you know what? And a lot of people looking at it, and I always kind of bring this up because people are like, wait a minute, didn't that stock go up about $3, $2? Why are you bragging about, like, is that a lot of money? Listen, James D made 23 cents and 24 cents. If you do the math, most traders trade 1,000 shares. You know what? For some of them, made 24, 30 cents, and it could be more shares, but even on 1,000, it's $300 a day in a matter of what? An hour? Do that every day over the course of the year, you're talking close to, $75,000 salary. A couple of the stocks made some big moves. James O did pretty well on the KBR. That one was also a great short. Look how beautiful that one thing. I think just tanked. By the way, you see the long-term chart? This is why you got to know how to day trade because, just one day you wake up in the morning and next thing you know, gaps down, it goes from 19 all the way down to 14, you get crushed. So anyway, you got to be really careful when it comes to stuff like that. So anyway, a couple of people made money. I think James made 20, 30 cents on that trade. Give him a round of applause. Good for you. All right. So I know there were a couple other winners out there. Everyone did pretty well, but Ken, you made what? You made 88 cents on that trade? All right, let's give him a round of applause. Good for you, James. Ken. On Momo, you made $1.26. Okay, listen, Ken's been here for what? Ken, you've been here for what? 2-3 years now. You know what? 30 cents fall to 50 cents, become dollars to become $2 winners. You just learn with experience how to be better at it and been doing it for long. All right, so anyway, let's go through some of the big winners. I told you, like already, I'm pretty much done for this morning. That stock right there, the NXTD, was just a great trade. You could see it here. It was so critical that you guys walked in the morning hours. Let me just bring over a different chart here so you can see a little bit bigger. You can see that stock just literally right at 8:30 ran from 250 all the way to about $4. Come on, guys. Do you need to work any harder than that? I mean, that's what pre-market is all about right there. That is the big winner. And this is why a lot of you guys got to be here. I don't know what it is, but you got to log in at 8 o'clock in the morning. You know, you get the 8:30 move. You can't log in at 8:30 because that's usually when the program trading kicks in. And by the time you stop, you get settled in and drink a couple of sips of coffee and then turn on your computer, you know, log in a couple of minutes, you know, log in a little bit earlier. But it's okay. Listen, if you missed that pre-market, there's plenty of other ones out there. We'll look at some of the other ones that you missed. So don't worry about that. Anyway, that stock is going into my afternoon move, NXTD. Listen, you guys remember this stock. We traded this stock back in December. Remember the stock went from $2 up to $8? It was such a great day trade. It became a good swing trade. Can it do it again? I don't know. Go back and check and look at what you learned, how you traded it on back in December when we traded it, and see how it worked out for you. All right, so that one adds to the list. Now there were a couple other ones. You can look here on the watch list. There wasn't a lot out there. A lot of low volume stocks out there. You know, anything under 5%, I'm not really concerned about with 15,000 shares. You know, so I was really I was a little disappointed this morning on the watch list. You know, there was this one stock right here, the NIHD. It's got a good little push. It's gapped up a little bit. It's not a huge, you know. 5 cents. I mean, it's not really, not a lot in the big percentage gainers and losers list. Even on the New York Stock Exchange, the biggest percentage gainer on the New York Stock Exchange is this SN. It's up 5%, 24,000 shares. I'll throw on the watch list because maybe it's coming back because it got a little beat up, you know, in the past month or two. And on the losers list, listen, because the market's down, you got some ETFs in there. The only thing that's getting really beat up here is that DF trade. Okay, Dean Foods. This stock is taking a little bit of a hit, down 14%, 200,000 shares. This kind of may look like a short. It's breaking lower lows, but it comes back. It looks like it's going to have some nasty shakes on it on the DF, but it looks like it is breaking a 52-week low. So that one, I would definitely want to put it on the losers list. You know, maybe it could be a nice little short right there. There was this other stock right here I found too. It's not down a lot, but this stock took a big hit. TAL did I think it did a reverse stock split. It was like it's almost like a $200 stock at one point. Did a reverse stock split. It's down a little bit. That one maybe, I don't know. I'm not completely sold on that. And then obviously let's look at some brand name stocks because, you know, I don't know what happened. The market was really gapped up big this morning and things have stopped backing up. But guys, the U.S. Steel, we're killing it on U.S. Steel. We're doing great on U.S. Steel. Now, it was a great day trade. We made so much money when that stock went from 36 all the way up to about 46. Remember, we killed it. You know, when this is a Trump bump stock. This stock, you heard what happened, that Trump said he put huge tariffs on metals. Well, this is the first thing that went up. Do you know U.S. Steel was a $200 stock at one point? You know? So anyway, being a good day trader makes you a good swing trader. This stock is going back on the watch list. I don't know if you guys are still in with me on the X trade, but you know, I was a little upset. I got out of it. I bought it back. Let's start building a little bit of a base. So I got shaken out a little bit. You know, listen, the stock had a huge run. I mean, come on, 38 to 46. That's unheard of for a stock like U.S. Steel. But anyway, I like it. I'm going to go back. I'm back in it, so I'm going to go back in trading that stock. And then obviously the race. That one, I don't know what happened. It gapped up pretty nice. Looks like it's going to break an all-time high right here, race. So if it does break that, I mean, I could see race being, you know, probably $150 stock pretty soon. So that one also looks like it's doing pretty good. What else do we have? I think that's about it, you know. That's about it. And then obviously the swing trade on the GoDaddy is doing pretty well too. So I don't know if anyone, how you guys doing on that one, but GoDaddy's treating us very, very nicely on that one trade. You know, I know Dana, you said you jumped into that one, so that one we're doing pretty well on that. So listen, a lot of brand name stocks. Listen, it is Monday, And kids go back to school today, thank God. It would drive me and my wife crazy at home, figuring what to do with these kids. But anyway, they're back to school, so people are back to work. Wall Street is back in full force, so you're not going to get a lot of action going on. One thing I would be concerned about, I know there's a big vote that's coming up on the unions regarding about, I don't know how that's going to affect the market a lot, but I would be really cautious of finding out what's going to happen with that, what's going on Supreme Court, which I think a lot of you guys heard about that, that deciding vote regarding about union dues are going to be eligible or not. So I don't know. I don't know if that will affect the market a lot. Let's keep an eye on that, and let's see how that works out. Anything I'm missing, guys, that I did not call out? The CHK. Oh yeah, that one was great. Last week we traded a huge bounce. Is it moving? Not really. Not really doing that much. I would pass on that one. Adrian's asking Ken, he goes, how many years before you consistently profited? Ken's saying, and now see, Ken's right. It took him about a year or so before he started making some big money. Well, like I told everyone, thanks Ken for sharing that, but I tell everybody, listen, it's not something you learn right away. It takes a little time. This is not something you learn in 3 months, 3 weeks or 5 days. It takes a month just for the light bulb to kick in. And let me tell you, it's not like going to Vegas where you're going for the night and making your money. This is something you'll be doing for the next 20 years. This is a job, okay? Not and you got to treat it like a business, not as an employee, all right? It's not a day by day. All right, guys, so with that said, we got a pretty decent list here. Listen, we're going to get a bunch of new stocks that are going to pop up out of the gate, which always happens. So students, traders, cyber traders out there, just see something, say something. If I see something good, I'll go out there. You got the instructors in here also going to be working with you side by side. And just don't get too cocky on a Monday morning, all right? We're almost, there's only less than 3 days till the end of the pay period. Remember, this is February. It's the shortest month of the year. So Wednesday everything's due. So let's try to. We had a pretty good month. Not as good as January though. I would have to admit, but it's been a pretty good month so far. All right, guys. Good luck today. Happy trading, and see you back at 2:30 for the afternoon meeting.